Hello, hello, hello. Troy was upstairs in the family room minding his own business. As soon as the intro played, I can hear him running, coming down the stairs so he can hurry up and come down the stairs and harass me. He's been harassing me all day about the phone case. I mean, which is normal, but it has literally been since the time he opened his eyeballs. Hi, Sue. Hi, LaBeta. Good morning, Brioni. Hi, Cheryl. Hi, Sheila. Hi, Sandy Kling. Hi, Mary Sharkey. Hi, Sheila Teagan. Mary Sharkey, thank you for using my referral. It's really cool. Hi, Sheila Teagan. Troy, I didn't know that I could see, like, it shows me who has used my referral, but it also shows, like, I guess your points, and you've already uploaded, like, you've already got a ton of points. I was like, holy guacamole. But just in case you don't know, I think you've already know because it looks like you've linked it, but you can link your emails, or if you have like Instacart or whatever, you can link that, and then anytime that you purchase something, it automatically will tell you like 3 e-receipts found, 4 e-receipts found. It'll automatically search your emails for purchases, and then all you do is accept it, and it gives you the points. So it's super cool. Same thing. Howdy, Mary Casey. Thank you to both Marys for using my referral code. I linked Sam's, can't get it to work for Target. Oh, see, I don't go to Sam's. I don't have a Sam's Club. Target, I didn't link Target. Why haven't I linked Target? I will try to link Target and see what happens, because I know it was giving me a problem linking my Outlook, and then I don't know, I just left it alone and tried it another day, and it linked it just fine. So I don't know. Hi, Sandy Cooper. Thank you for sprinkling. I appreciate that so very much. Hi, Tina Blancett. So yeah, so I was like, it was just so funny because it was Mary Sharkey, Mary Casey on my referrals. I was like, they stick together. They stick together whether they know it or not. But yeah, so thank you so very much for using my referral. You got bonus points. I got bonus for. But don't forget, now you can go to like your home tab, and then you now have a referral code, and you can give your referral code to anybody, family, anybody. Christine, I don't know if you've seen, but I sent you an email and then a little message for the transfer. I sent you the invoice for the transfer. I don't know. You might need to check your email or your junk mail. I don't know. Freezer things. Us sisters got to stick together. I know. That's so funny. Hi, Miss Edie. How are you? How are you? How are you? I hope you all are well. So you guys probably have already seen, I did, the LaBlanche molds did go live. These were the only 2 that I got. There was like a tree one that I wasn't too excited about. The teddy bears, I didn't get. And then the other one with the angel, I don't know. So I figured though that you guys, if any of them, you guys might like these. And if you guys remember when we were logging off yesterday, Mary Sharkey was talking about me doing a candle today with the water transfers. And you remember the water transfers had a lot of crowns. And so I thought it might be cool to do that crown in clay on part of the candle, and then also do some of the water transfers on there too. Okay, thanks, Christine. I didn't look, so I didn't know, but I know sometimes the emails go to like junk mail, which is really aggravating, because if I'm trying to respond to somebody, they don't see it because it goes to their junk mail, which is strange. But So I'll open these up and show you. You guys can see that crown is a hefty one. It's a big mamma jamma. Also, did you guys know, hi Terry, did you guys know that my store has almost been opened a year? We're going to be coming into August, and I opened the store in September. Hi, Cindy Truitt. So I'm super excited. We'll have to do something special for September. I said super excited like that because you guys know that I'm on this whole budgeting journey. I'm on this cash stuffing journey, and I've been doing great with saving money and making sure that I'm on top of things. I'm debt free. Hi, Grace. Hi, Jeanette. And so I know, Sandy, right? Doesn't that seem like it's a year has gone by? Hi, Trees. Like, that's kind of mind-boggling to me. But anyways, I'm excited about the year, not excited for having to renew all the things that I paid for last year that are not in my budget because I didn't think about it when I was doing my budget. So it's bad on me, but it's like, it's aggravating. It makes your eye twitch, you know, because I'm just like, now I got to go into my like buffer envelopes, and why are things so expensive? Like, why is a website so expensive? Why do I have to pay for a domain, a website email, affiliate this, and like, why? What are you doing for me? You don't pack my boxes for me. You don't stuff my things for me. Like, why? I'm so aggravated, y'all. I was just like, oh my gosh, I didn't budget for these. All right, I'm done venting. I know, Papas. I know. It's so expensive. It's just like, but everything's expensive. Like, if you want to eat healthy, it's expensive. If you, I don't know. Anyways. Hi, Carol Frost. Hi, Lori. I know. When you think about it, I just can't. I'm like, a year? It's been a year already? Like, whoa. All right, let me show you these mamma jammas. It's acting really funny, bunny. Just getting back from visiting mom. Oh, you had a picnic with mom? Oh, I love that. And you guys read a book while you were having a picnic? That is so amazing. I love that you have that time together. Yes, Wendy Martin. That's exactly what it is. The world has become a greedy place. Everything is about money. Money. And my mom used to tell me when I was younger, you know, money is evil. And I was like, what are you talking about? Money's evil. And as I've gotten older, I catch myself saying that often. Like, yeah, money's the root of all evil, right? Okay, let me show you. So this one, LaBlanche is... I feel like whoever their marketing person is and that is having to name things anymore is just like, I'm over it. It's a pendant. It's a crown. That would be something that I do. I would just be like, yeah, the frames. Yeah, it's trim. Trim 1, trim 2, trim 3. I had a bloody fit over the price of my coffee when we went shopping yesterday. I'm trying. You know what? Torture looks like, I know, with the one, you know what it is when I comb his hair, right? So it's wet. And then when he gets like frustrated or something, or he's thinking, he rubs his hair. So then it goes, boing. Yeah. Yes. Money is the root of all evil. Okay. So they are calling these pendants, but how beautiful would these be to put them front and back? and put them on your tree as ornaments, because obviously there's the little hole there, right? So look at how pretty that is. So you could put like little pictures. I don't know. I have this exactly what I thought of for this when I seen this is I have one of those little. Oh my gosh. I can't even blame anybody for that. That was me. My bad. On. Hold, please. That was totally my fault. You know, we need a better system for cords around this place. Hold on while I've got my head under here and turning everything off and hitting switches. So annoying. That's a good way to show you guys things, though, is to like turn the camera off, right? Hi, Phyllis. All right, so oh my banana daiquiris. I don't even know where it is now. I thought it was here, so I totally hit the computer for no reason. Anyways, so I don't know where the actual camera is. My fear is right now is that Troy has found it. But you know the little like Canon printers? So they print the little, like, what are they? Are they like 2x3s? Yeah. So they print the little 2x3s, and you can print your pictures right from your phone or whatever. It's wireless, so you could print from wherever. I will tell you, at least the model that I have isn't like, and even the reviews say it, like it's not like crispy, clean pictures. But I mean, you know, if you were just going to print like a little 2x3 and put them in here and then put, like, you know, you would need to spray it first, but then like put pouring glaze or even like varnish over it. I think those would be super cute for little personable, like we were talking about, gifts and stuff. I think that would be super cute. Isn't it amazing what they remember? My aunt reverted to speaking Irish when she got dementia. Fluently? Who in your family spoke to understand her? All right, I'm coming back in now, like a bozo. I know as soon as I hit it, too, I was like, what? I've got everything rigged here. I've got 17 things on, y'all. Every time Nick comes down here, he's like, because of the cords and everything. What can I do? All right, I'm back. We're back in business. How are you feeling, Phyllis? Thank you for sprinkling. Hello, Melissa joins. Okay, and then look at this. Hi, Anna. Anna, I was just thinking about you the other day. I haven't seen you in a while. I hope you and the family is good. Hi, Robin from Australia. Hi, Mickey. Look at how big that crown is. I am excited because, you know the crown, the Decoupage Queen molds, there's a ton of crowns on there, but of course, you know, none of those are very large, but this one is large and in charge. And so I had pulled out a couple of different size candles. I thought it might be cool to work on this bigger one today, but look at that, how beautiful that would be on there. And then we could do on the back, some of the water transfers, the H2O transfers. So anyways, those are the two that I have in the store. They are limited quantities. It's always limited quantities. I know it's annoying, but it's always limited quantities. So once they're gone, I'm not going to get them anymore. So I know, son, your hair is sticking up. by the by. I also brought out, I have like boxes of these. I also brought out these. I didn't bring out the other longer one. So I don't know if it would be, the other one that I'm talking about is this size. See how it's taller and smaller? So I don't know. I might go get that one and maybe we do like a set of 3. And, or what if we did that big one and 2 small ones and had the crown on that big one here, and then we could use the water transfers on the smaller ones or something. I don't know. We'll see. Hi, Tanya. Tanya, I was cracking up at your post. Hi, Grace. The molds are from my store. They're LaBlanche molds, and you can find them in my store, craftandchaos.shop. I think, though, what we'll do with this is when we're ready, we'll pour this in resin, and while it's still pliable, we'll take it out so that way I can bend it on here, and then we can go on about our business. Hi, Diane Dunkelman. I know. Oh, my gosh. Because look at it, even has the peak. See, what I like about this is you can cut that out, right? You can cut that whole portion and make it so if you wanted to put it on some, because you know sometimes if you leave that bottom piece, it looks funny when you try to put it on somebody's head. So you can totally cut that piece, or that piece would go perfectly inside the bottle. That'd be a great idea. So Tanya, is the bar that goes with the crown. The bar, I don't think it's a bar. It's like a it's like a trim. I don't know where it would go with it, like where on the crown it would fit. No, it doesn't go on there. Anyways, Tanya, I was cracking up at your post because the one that you posted that if you think this post is about you, it probably is. I was cracking up. That's something I would say. Oh, okay. All right. So do you guys like that idea of doing 3, or should we just keep it simple and just do 1? You have to do it as a bottle topper, Anna, and then show me what you come up with, because your stuff is always gorgeous. Why is that popping out like that? Oh, okay. All right, so actually, let's get the resin. Let's pour this. Do I want to pour it in black or white? I'll probably pour it in black, to be honest, because more than likely I'm going to want it metallic of some sort, and I don't want to have to mess with it. All right, let's get my black out. I do have casting resin in black and white. The white is sold out for like a day. It's going to be here tomorrow. So I will have more of the white tomorrow, but it is sold out for today. But if you really want it today, let me know. I could turn it on for you. And then by the time I fill your order, it'll be tomorrow anyways. Okay, so let's get some silicone cups. This is for my black one, obviously, you can see. Hi, Mara. What are those itty bitty molds on there? This one here. So I think they're like, I'm looking on the mold to see if it goes on there. It looks like just little decor pieces. You know how they like, you know, to feel like the space. They're pretty good. LaBlanche is pretty good about not leaving like open space. So looks just like it would be to fill space, because it's not a flower. That's not a flower. It's not like you could put it on there to make it 3D. Hi, Helena. Hi, Kaylee girl. Hello. I missed somebody. Hi, Regine. Hi, Miss Linda. A set of 3. You guys think a set of 3? Okay. Let's I had to get a new, I told you guys I had to get a new one. Yeah, that's the one. I had to get a new scale because when I had to pour all 7 million of those molds for Yvetta, I got a little bit willy-nilly with the resin and it got all over my my scale and messed it all up. Okay, so let's pour, and just so we can see everything, we'll go ahead and pour everything. So equal parts of A and B. I do sell the epoxy as well in my store. Remember though, with these, you don't have an open time. They don't come in this bottle. These bottles, I just keep recycling. I've had these bottles forever, but it's still Aluminite. That's the amazing casting resin. All right, so we'll pour all of them so we can see what they all look like. If you are not used to pouring molds, I will tell you, don't pour a big batch at one time, because once you feel that cup getting warm, that means that resin is about to set and you need to get it moving, because resin is too expensive to waste. And once it sets, there's nothing you can do about it. All right, so let's mix this up. And again, you don't have to mix this for 3 minutes like the epoxy. Just scrolled by to say hi. Hi. Okay. Good enough. And then if you have little bits, just get a pipette, a pipette, to help you in those areas. All right. We'll want to take out the crown though before it sets all the way, because if we want it to go over the candle, we need it to be pliable. Otherwise, you could just use the Jovi clay, but I am going to want to use it and paint it today. We will we will pour these because I just kind of want to see what everything looks like. Like I said, I think this would be really cute to put on the tree. Okay, I feel that my funnel, the little plastic, is getting warm, which is fine. Also, if you don't have enough resin, it's not a big deal. Just make some more. I see a little spot right there that we're going to need to get. Hi, Donnie. How are you? I think it is Donnie, right? I think that's you, Donnie. Or is it Virginia today? I'm pretty sure it's Donnie. I haven't seen you in a while, Donnie. How are you? 35, 31. All right. It's Donnie. I'm good, thank you. All right. So I can see a little spot over here that we'll need to fill. So we'll get the little pipette and we'll use the little pipette on those. If you make jewelry, these pieces would be cute, especially this one here. All right, let's get these poured. And then these will probably end up in, you know, the goodie bag that I always fill up to give away whenever we play bingo. That's where the over pour usually goes. I always tell you guys to make sure that whenever you are pouring a mold or pouring resin that you have somewhere for the extra to go. All right. Was it only there? I thought that place must have leveled out. And then let's get these with the pipette so I don't have to make a total mess. And I just get these in bundles on Amazon, and then I throw the pipette away. I know some people, like, they wash out the pipette. That's just doing too much. All right, I am going to pour a little. Just because I don't want that weird thing on the outside. It will self-level, but I don't want that weird bumpity bump. So we'll also make sure that they can go back to back. I'm pretty sure they can though. All right, I'm just gonna leave that in there so I could pull all of it out at one time. All right, let's put these away. Thank you for sprinkling, Donnie. I appreciate that. Helena, you know, Helena, thank you so very much. I hope you know how much I appreciate your support, all of your support. But Helena, you don't have to do that. You do that all the time, and I so very much appreciate you. It helps me a lot, but really and truly, you don't have to do that. But thank you. You're the best. It's a humongous crown. It's humongous. Yes, the scale is in my Amazon store. Oh, thank you. I love you too. I love you too. You guys are the bestest. All right, so it's starting to set up again. Whenever you pull your molds out, whenever they haven't set all the way, they're still pliable, but we all know once resin has completely set, it is no longer pliable. So what we're going to do is, I was like, where's the candle? Ha! We're going to take out that crown. Let me get some blue tape so we can mold it onto here. And then we'll go on and do the water transfers. Whoa. Ow. I'm also thinking maybe, do we want to do maybe some other transfers too? I'm going to pre-plan because y'all know I'm going to start crying about, I need another hand. Okay. What will you do with the crown? That crown. I'm going to put it on here when I'm home to watch more. These are going to look great. Thank you. Are you feeling, I didn't see your answer earlier. Are you feeling okay? Or not, I mean, you know, feeling better at least. Okay, so we're going to be careful because obviously it's not completely set. Whenever you have resin, the bigger the mold, the quicker it will set because of the heat. Oh my gosh, look at that. Okay, do we care? We don't really care which way it's going to go, but I am going to put that on there. I know, Pops, you want a phone case. I am going to put that on there now, and then we'll move on. And yes, you can heat resin, but I will tell you, even when you do heat it up, once it has set, you can't get it to bend a whole lot, okay? So it's just better to either do it like this while it's still pliable, or use clay, or Formflex, which I thought about doing Formflex, but then I would have had to go get it from the freezer and get up. All right, so are these pretty ready so we can take a look at them? That one we'll do last because I had to fill that in a little more. And I don't know if we are going to use these or not. It's kind of chunky. It looks like it connects though. Oh no, it doesn't. Oh yeah, maybe. Not quite. It's not like IOD where I thought maybe it would connect, but it's a little smaller here. But I don't know. Should we mold it and maybe use it or nah? Because we would have to do more. Anyways, we can always do that later. So that's that piece. You can't see it very well because it is in black. These are smaller. We're going to wait to take those out because those are going to take longer to set. And this is probably going to be the same in these little intricate spots. So we should be patient, Terry, and wait. All right, we're going to be patient. All right. We'll demold these. So this set fast because it's larger, the area, the heat. But here where the little hook part is, it took a little long. It's taking a little longer. Okay. So let's get these cleaned off. We're just going to use some isopropyl alcohol and clean these off. Didn't I use my blue one yesterday? What on earth is happening around this place? Didn't I have my blue candle bottle holder yesterday? Boy, vey. All right, I guess we're going to share her. But I know I had it yesterday. That's banana daiquiris. All right, let's clean these. So I'm just going to take some isopropyl alcohol and clean these off. Hi, Kathy Dean. Hi, Helen. You crack me up because I talk to myself. All of you here, all 46 of you here, and I talk to myself. I know. I know you guys come for the entertainment because I'm just a strange duck, but you know, it's okay. I love you guys. I know, Mary. What? I just had it yesterday. Honestly, and I cleaned up my area. I was a good girl and cleaned up my area, and see what happens when you clean your area? You clean your area, and then all of a sudden you can't find things. What the heezy weezy? I put it back where it belonged. Never mind. Nothing to see here. Nothing to see here. I scare myself. Okay, so I scare myself. Good Lord have mercy. So we're going to put a couple of these on here. However, something else needs to be put on here because, okay, so we could probably find a really pretty silver tray to put these on, to display these on. Ooh, I have a silver tray that's a turntable that I haven't used. You guys knew what this means, what, right? A turntable. So if we're gonna put the crown on there, so the crown will be kind of in your center. We don't want to crown it to death and have a gajillion crowns, because there's crowns on everything. I'm kind of liking that one to go on there. We used that one yesterday on the bottle, which was now a goofy move because I could have had two of the same, but I didn't know I was doing that. What is CP? I know. How is our Charles today, Miss Kathy Dean? Yes, cleaning is bad. Very bad. Very, very, very bad. Oh, it would be cute to put the bumblebee on it. Okay. Hold on a minute. Remember, I wanted to do script yesterday. So we could do like one with like just random things, no? It needs to make sense though. It can't just be. All right, I like that one. Let's put that on one. But we need to combo this with something else. Let's look at the other transfers that came out in this collection. Ooh, how pretty would that be on a candle? Squirrel! Squirrel! Okay. So this is the blue vine that we cut apart for the birdhouse. But let's look at the middies that came out. Oh, you guys. We definitely have to use this one this week. The Avery Elegance. We have to use those bluebirds. What if we did it, because it's the gold, what if we did like a more muted monotone look? Hi, Miss Kathy. Hi, Angela, 96. Oh. It's a little scary that I do know what some of your motions mean. Oh, Miss Phyllis. You bought the Avery Elegance? Oh, we definitely have to use it. Okay, so this one is Quiet Contemplation, one of the ones that I can pronounce, but you guys know I love my butterflies. It reminds me of my mama. But, okay, follow me. We can put Quiet Contemplation, and we can use some of like the smaller transfers, or we can do it on one side. I don't know. We'll figure that out. But we can also use our 3D pens and put like little highlights of gold in here. You know what I mean? Like, look at this one. It doesn't have so much of the vines. You know what I mean? Like, so the branch, vines, branch, y'all know what I'm talking about. So we can kind of maybe do something with that one. That'd be kind of cool to wrap it diagonally. And then use some of the water transfer on there as well. I kind of like that. Do we like that? Good morning, Nikki Hunter. Deborah saw the butterfly. Yeah. So this one, the Quiet Contemplation, and Branch Harmony, which is the actual name of this release, kind of have that muted. They're both muted, right? So, but I kind of am I'm liking that idea too. So let's cut this one apart and use this one on the two smaller ones. Gotta love the left-handed cutting. Everything gets in your way when you're a lefty. Those of you who downloaded the Fetch and are scanning your receipts, another one that you want to do is Upside. So Upside is the one where you save money whenever you put gas. So it'll tell you like Arco is giving 13 cents back per gallon. Chevron is giving 31 cents back. So Upside, I'll show you what it looks like so you make sure you download the right one. So that's Upside. So that's your gas app. Telling you, it's free money. And that one, they don't do any like gift cards or anything like that. That one, you link your PayPal or bank account if you want to do that, and you just have the funds deposited right to your account. So don't forget to do Upside. Okay, that's not connected, so let's take that little one off as well so we can kind of get an idea of how we want to wrap and what we want to pair with this. I think it might be kind of cool to pair the like the gold bee with it. Hi Ashley, he's sleeping, doing well. Thanks for asking. He's having Polish. Yes, I do. You know, I've always wanted to know. Polish sausage on a roll with fried onions and green peppers. Summer salad, fresh veggies from the garden green. Oh, amazing. So why don't we be a little different and wrap it kind of diagonal like that? I think that would be really pretty. Now, I realize we have an issue because this candle is white and these are not. So, I think we decoupage this. I think we're going to decoupage this one. That's how we fix that. And then it won't matter what color this is. Do you guys think which fiber paper is to the right of the candle? Oh my goodness. It is Blossom Perch. And so this is the one that's reversible. It's amazing. Blossom Perch. Look at how pretty that is going to be, because I don't necessarily want to change that color of the candle unless you guys think I should. And then let's get our little Bumble. Bumble. Where'd the other Bumble go? Hello? Hello? Oh, for the love of goodness, Terry, it's right in front of your face. Open your eyes. Oh, and there's another little Bumble right here. So these are the regular transfers. In case you weren't here, these are the regular redesign transfers. These are the water. See, and then we can kind of just arch him, put him somewhere in there. I like that. Okay, so that is those. That is those. I scare myself daily. Daily. What is all of this stuff? Jiminy Christmas. You come here. Stay over there. You, we will figure you out. All right. So we need to wrap the other one. I'm going to look at the way. So that one was kind of the only cluster like that. So we will make our own cluster with these, I think. Unless, I think what I'll do is take that right there. So let's cut, we'll round that out afterwards, but let's cut it there. And take all of this here. We've got these little butterflies that aren't attached. So let's get those off. We'll put our little onesie pieces up there. I'm actually going to cut all of this excess off. That'll give me a longer piece. All right, now let's see how much of this. So if we kind of do it like that. And then we can always figure out if we want to add more. But then we also have, remember this little piece here that we can probably cover up that little blunt edge, or actually we have that little piece that we can cut down and even add that. All right, I think we got it. Let's get these mamma jammas on, and then we'll figure out what to add to them. Like I said, I want to get our pins, and we'll accent some gold in there, and then figure out what of these to put on or where. Actually wondering if we want any of this to go down first. Actually, no, because we could put like Paris on. Oh, that'll be pretty. Okay, we got it. Sorry, I know. Takes forever to do nothing. Okay. Really quickly, because I will forget. Let's get these out of here so you guys can see. And then if we, oh, you can. So you can put them back to back. And the reason why you know is obviously because when you turn them around, it goes the other way. And so you can put them back to back. Look at how pretty those are. Like I said, you put a little picture, or if you do like lettering, you could do, that would be pretty. like a pretty pendant on a necklace. All of these are really pretty little pieces. Look at that. Like a little flower. Now it's hard to see because it's black, but these are super pretty. All of that little, all the detail. Those are beautiful. All right, and let's see what these little pieces are because we were all kind of curious. I'm not sure. Now it's hard to see because it's black, but this one actually looks like a carrot. Doesn't that look like a carrot? That could totally pass as a carrot during Easter. Y'all, if I'm ever looking for a carrot, keep this filed back there somewhere. Okay, let's get these on. So, just like glass, plastic is going to, you kind of need to know where you're going because where it goes is where it will go. So it's going to, wherever it sticks, it's going to stay, right? And I'm not mad at that. Yes! I love it when you can do back to back. I do too, Karen. I think it's just, I don't know. There's so many more things you can do when they mirror like that. All right, y'all. Sucky now. Hey, no. Stay. Okay, you can breathe now. I know. Look at how beautiful that is. Oh, you guys. And it's perfect on this color, too. Oh, you guys, that's beautiful. Hi, Colleen. How many of you guys were like, oh gosh, she's gonna screw that up? Because, like I said, once it goes down, there's no turning back. It's just like glass or a mirror. Whenever you put a transfer down, like on, you know, especially when it's clean, free of paint or any kind of primer or anything like that, oh yeah, that mama jamma is sticking. Hey. So these are also in my store, the transfer tools, but they do come with the, well, they're not autographed like Troy, but they do come with the stick. But if you want one autographed from Troy, you let me know. And if you're putting an order in, I'll put it in your order. I have like 4 of them over there. Always when I get towards the end, I go a little slower, just because I don't want this to go plopping off, and then there's like a piece of the transfer still on it. I mean, it's fairly easy to line up, but you know, why go through all that drama? Oh, look at how beautiful that is. Okay, now we always talk about the polishing pad, and I always tell you that I love the polishing pad because it gets rid of the halos. But when I do stuff, you can hardly ever see the halos because I usually do it on something light. I don't know if you will be able to tell. There you go. So look right here. Can you see how you can, there's a little bit of like an outline around that image? That's what the halo is. So you always want to burnish down, and burnishing is just making sure it's nice and pressed down, right? The polishing pad gets rid of those halos, those annoying halos that's around your transfer. I know it will throw you off when you get it because it has like a little bit of a rough texture, and you will think that it's going to scrub your transfer right off, but it absolutely does not. So now you can see those halos. It helps get rid of those halos. So it's especially annoying whenever it's on a dark surface. Look at how pretty that is. Oh my goodness. I knew when I seen these, not even just because of the butterfly, that I was going to like that whole mutedness, because I feel like you can add so much to it. Oh my goodness. Thank you. How many candles? Says too many candles. Asking for. I don't think you can have too many. Do you have to prep with alcohol? Anything? I'm at the eye doctor with my husband. Karen, I did wipe these down with isopropyl alcohol just to make sure there wasn't any lotions for my hands. I love you too, baby. Any dust or anything. But if I'm putting a transfer on whatever substrate just directly onto the substrate, you'll always see me clean it with isopropyl alcohol first. Okay, where did our little bee go? So I'm thinking for a little pop, we will put the bee like on here somewhere. But I was also thinking, because, that could be the front, or that could be the bee. I cracked myself up. I don't really. I actually annoy myself. But we could do something like, the Paris or something like that as well on the back. All right. But we'll want to seal this before we start putting any water or anything like that on there. So let's get the other one. Sweet baby girl, you don't fit under there. Okay, so this one's not going to angle so much, and I don't think it matters what is the front and what is the back. But I do want to know what I'm going to do with that up there. So let's angle it like that. And then here we can maybe add one of the little branches or something. Or do I want to go that way? No, I don't like it that way. So we're going to go this way. All right. Wait, why do you crack yourself up? Halos are angels among us. Once you commit, you have to follow through, unlike marriages. You are too much. Mike, Colleen's acting up. I have timer candles all over. Oh, I have candles all over the place, and I'm sure I drive my family nuts because I'll have like tuxedo over here, sweater weather over there, pumpkin spice over here. Oh yeah. And I am someone who doesn't care for a lot of different smells. I get migraines, but I don't know. Bath and Body Works, the candles that I like don't give me a headache. Now, if I walk into the store, that's a whole nother story, but here we go again. Ah, sooky now. Gosh, you guys, this transfers just. And then if we do just little hints of like a little bit of gold here and there. Not a lot, just little twinkles of it. Too much wine. A few years ago, I didn't get muted tones. Now, I was the same way, Treese. I was like, why? Like, if you're going to put color on it, put color on it. Like, what's up with the muted tones? But I can appreciate it now, especially because I now see it as an opportunity to actually do more with it. So, but I was the same way. I was like, I don't get it. These are redesigned with Prima Mickey. They are in my store. They just came out with the release Branch Harmony that we did. When did I show you guys this? Last week, y'all? So there's this one that is the midi, and then there's a big one that's actually called Branch Harmony. And so this is the big Mama Jamma. But this one is called Quiet Contemplation. And that's the layout of that one. Hey, you got to go in a bag for a giveaway. All right, let's get this Mama Jamma on. All right, let's see what we got. Did y'all notice that I opened my new pokey tool yesterday? As if I need another pokey tool. Honestly, pokey tools are a necessity. Seriously. You need pokey tools. Okay. I'll put that down. I'm holding that in my hand. Okay, see you later. No, not these. These ones do not. But I have done transfers on the candles, the LED candles that have the feel of the... Ooh, we could make these feel like candles and soft touch these before we put any gold. Then it would feel like a real candle. That might be pretty cool to do soft touch. here before we go all willy-nilly. All right, I'm just going to use my hand and make sure it's down. And then use my washing pad. Oh my gosh, look at that. That is gorgeous. Gorgeous. Okay. So we're going to have to figure out, before we do any of the water transfers, what kind of finish do we want? Do we think we should soft touch these? I kind of like that they're matte. I don't know if I want to gloss them. I love my Poke Tool. You notice I keep ordering them. Everyone is getting one for Christmas, even if they don't craft. You don't even need them for crafting, though. I have one in the kitchen. Honestly, they come in handy. I don't know. Once you have a Poke Tool, it's like, oh, where's my Poke Tool? I need it for this. Where's my Poke Tool? I need it for that. It's a weird thing, but it comes in handy. It's just the right size for everything. Soft touch always, right? I think we need to soft touch these. I'm just saying. Because I do want to seal them first before I obviously put water on them. Oh, hold on, y'all. I gotta crawl. Well, not crawl. Well, yeah, crawl. Ugh. I needed to get a new soft touch out of my stash, which was way down in the back there. Okay, so we're going to open a new one. Yes, I think we do need to soft touch these. Okay, do we want anything else on them? I don't think so, because anything that goes back here can be the water, the H2O transfer in the gold. So that way, if somebody wanted that way or that way, you know what I mean? I still haven't taken out my links. All right. See, I'm going to get my Poke Tool, but I'm going to get my old Poke Tool. Because, oh no, I didn't even need it. Usually I need it to lift. All right, and then let's get, I want the soft brush. But I don't want anything on the brush, so I'm going to open a brand new brush. Not that anything is on my brushes, but, you know, I just don't want to take a chance. Now, no matter if you're soft touching, whatever you do, you always need to seal your transfer. Always, always, always. Because you don't want it to dry up. You know, if you have like an air bubble under there, especially if, you know, it dries and it'll flake and it just not nice. So we are going to soft touch the entire candle to give it that candle feel. If you haven't used soft touch before, it feels like what a candle would feel like with the wax. A rose petal, it literally is soft. However, I always say if you don't like matte, You're not going to like soft touch because it is very mattifying. I am going to get it up here too because, I mean, we want the whole candle to feel like it. And then as these dry, we'll set them aside, and then we'll start working on that crown and figure out what, I think I already know what paper I'm going to put on there, but let's see what you guys think. Getting close to the edge I've already done, so I'm going to set it down. Let's just move that one back for a minute. I was kind of looking at it, Miss Edie. I don't know. I'm thinking that I didn't really. I think it's gonna be okay. If anything, maybe we'll put, because if the break didn't look so bad to me, that blunt edge didn't look so bad, so that's why I kind of left it. I think maybe if anything, we'll put the B or something there. I did look at that though, so thank you. We could also, if you guys think it absolutely needs to be, we could just reattach. We could add it as well later. If we're like, yeah, it doesn't look as great, we can add it. We would just have to soft touch again after. Anymore, well, at least the ones that I order, these come with remotes as well. So I know the battery operated ones that I have in my bathroom on my counter, there's a remote to them, to the candles, which is pretty cool. So you don't always have to pick it up and turn it upside down, mess up your little, because like I don't know if you guys remember when I did that piece that has like all the rocks and whatnot in there. So every time I had to pick them up and the rocks move around and I have to readjust the rocks. Then I remembered those had a remote and I was like, duh, use the remote. Okay, so we'll let that coat dry and see. If we want to put on another coat. What is that right there? Maybe when I was going down like that. Okay, so let's just push those up to the top. Thank you, Miss Donna Sue. I don't think I said hello to you. Hi, Miss Donna Sue. Hi, Luann. All right, so I'm going to push those up for a minute and let those dry. And then let's get our big Mama Jamma over here. I can almost guarantee that the crown is going to be stuck to the candle because the resin hadn't set all the way. And usually that's what happens, which is no big deal. We just need to pop it off. Oh, cool. But as you can see now, it's already formed to fit onto the candle, so we don't have to do a whole lot of finagling. All right, so the paper that I was thinking of using, let's see if I can find it. It's going to be in one of these, I think. I need to see if it's going to be too much with this. I can't remember the number, otherwise I would have just pulled it out. Okay. So this is stained lace. I don't know. I know I have an A3 in it. I just don't know if I have an A3 out here or if I have to go find it, and that's not what I want to do. I don't want to have to go find it. Oh, wait a minute, you guys. You guys remember? Oh, I'm so glad I pulled that down. Look it. Remember the Christmas release from last year? It had a ton of the damask. It had the blue, the cream, the red, and the green. What about the damask? So this one is just called Cream Damask. It's $6.83. I do have it in the store in A3 and in A4. Let me see if we like the A4 better, because obviously it's going to be smaller. Oh, I'm glad I pulled it down. I wasn't even thinking about Christmas. That's why. Don't you dare. Don't you even think about putting that down on there, you little turkey lips. Okay. I know as far as like, oh gosh. No, babe. There's no room, Mama. I know it would be easier for us to put it down with the A3 because obviously the A3 would almost go all the way around. But now since it doesn't even go all the way around guaranteed, I think I like the A4 scale better. What do you guys think? I know. Ooh, I like that case. Where's the other one? Do you guys like the A4 scale? And just in case you need, well, so the candles have this, and I know that the color is a little bit more muted, but remember, I will always antique it up and do all the things. You guys like, yeah, I like the smaller scale, right? Because we get more of the damask. I mean, it's a big Mama Jamma candle, but it would literally, and then, oh yeah. I'm glad I pulled all of those papers down because I would have totally forgot about the cream damask. And actually, that reminds me, I've been wanting to take the cream damask and move it from the menu in my store, because right now it's in like the Christmas, and people don't usually scroll all the way down to see that there's those pretty blue stripes, the blue and white stripes, all the different damask designs. So I think I need to pull them up so that way you guys can remember that they're there too. What is that? Soft touch. That's what that is. All right, so Because it is smaller, we're going to have to join 2. So I am just going to take the edges off of these sides, which I usually don't fuss with, but we're going to have to, and then, yep, we're good. Okay, good to go. Oh my gosh, I almost turned the computer off again. I would have slapped myself if I did that. Do I want to water? I don't want to water it, but I can't grab it. Excuse you, just throw my stuff around. You can put your phone there. It's okay. So my dilemma is if I water tear this and I'm trying to connect it to the other paper, it's going to be all kind of crazy looking. Because of the water, how it's going to pull back some and not on the other. So I don't know. I'm trying to decide what I want to do with this right now. Hold on, Troy. I'm trying to clean your glasses with the doggone writing on my the writing on my shirt, which is not cleaning. There you go, baby. All right. So I'm just going to see if I turn it this way, if I can grab it. No. Actually, hold on. I know it shouldn't be that difficult, but you guys, if you guys know what I'm saying about trying to join the two, you know what I'm talking about. If I feather that edge, it's going to come in a lot further than I want it to come in. So I'm trying to make that edge as you know, save it as much as possible without it coming in so far. If that makes any sense. I don't know. It might not. You guys are probably thinking I'm weirder than I already am. Hi, Miss Edie. I always find them on sale. Did you go on to Amazon? I always find them on sale. I get this size, that size that I did the fish in, this size, and then some of the itty bitties that come in like a pack of a gabillion. It has like the little bitty ones and then a little bit bigger and a little bit bigger. I always find them on sale. I don't much care if the line is straight. I just am more so trying to get a crease in there to break that fiber. So, like I said, so that I can marry those two sides together. So I'm just trying to break the fibers a little bit. And then I'm just using the ruler that I love with that cork behind it so that it will hold the paper so it doesn't slip. Of course, there's going to be one fiber there that doesn't want to let it rip. So this way I still get the frayed edges to blend it, but yet it's not as jagged from the water. Okay. So now we should be able to get those pretty close to lining up. Okay, it's good. Oh, it's good enough. It's good. Let's get our decoupage varnish and glue matte. And I already cleaned the candle, but because I had that resin on there, I'm just going to take some isopropyl alcohol on the shop towel and wipe it down again. I'm so glad we found, because I love the stained lace, but I knew I was already thinking there was going to be an issue because this one is so dark. But that would work too. All right, so we want to make sure, again, I don't think it matters much. Some of the candles, you know how the back is a little bit higher than the front, but this is all fairly level, so whatever. Oh, QVC. You know, I always forget to look on QVC. Always forget to look on QVC, and I don't remember about it until somebody says something, and then I'm like, oh, QVC. And then I showed you guys these that I brought into the store. They're so pretty and super duper soft. So these are the new squeegees that I have. Okay, I'm going to turn it this way. Could you use a rotary cutter? Yes, I have one of those. But I don't like the, it's very hard to blend a blunt cut from like scissors or the rotary cutter. But with rice paper, having these frayed edges is really key in what you want whenever you want something to blend in really well. All right, I don't guess it's going to matter, but I am going to kind of center-esque that guy, so that way the other paper, you know, has somewhere to go. All right, now I don't want to get my felt all ickied up, so I'm going to push with the plastic. So that's the only thing with, you know, because I could have cut it with scissors, but because I need these two papers to blend together, I don't want that blunt cut. And then, like always, you know, I work in sections, but you do whatever you're comfortable with. Again, we don't want to pull it taut. We just want to let it fall the way it wants to. Because when you pull it taut, you tend to overstretch. And I don't like the shrinkles. The wrinkles, if you're new. I'm sorry, I don't speak properly all of the time. Any of the time. It's a bad habit. Hi, Miss Linda. Hi, Teresa Cherry. Thanks, Kathy. I don't like riding the bus by myself. Oh, I should have took off this edge too. You guys are probably all screaming at me because I didn't. See, but it's the same thing. I don't want that. Okay, so I didn't put on enough glue to get that edge. Hold on. I knew I wasn't going to need both papers, so I wasn't really thinking about, the full amount of both papers. I wasn't thinking about, I needed to take off the edge on both sides on one of them. Durr! All right, let's just do that. And I am going to live on the edge and not use my ruler. Because I still do want, get over there. I still do want the frayed edge. I just probably won't use too much of this edge over here. I'm gonna more than likely cover it with that one. All right, now let's get the rest of that down. But that was, yeah. Don't do what I just did and make it hard on yourself. But I do that a lot too. Along with not speaking properly, I do things the hard way. Unintentionally. Just happens to work out that way. All right. So I'm going to be careful with how I'm, lifting and placing it because it is wet. So let's get this one. That piece does not want to stay over there. Thank you, Miss Linda. All right, so I'm going to put some on the paper and some on the candle. Actually, I probably should have measured this first. Hold on. So if I do that there, like so, I'm just going to lightly put it there. And then all right, let's just take it right here. So that way I don't have another issue of trying to rip it on the candle. I'm going to go ahead and take off this piece now. Go figure. Go figure. I'm going to be ahead of the game. All right, and then we can go ahead and put that back on where it belongs. So it isn't, it's got to overlap just a little bit. So I'm going to try to get it on kind of where it needs to be. Turn the candle, Terry. What are you doing? Trying to look around it. I don't know. So that's a little high because I could see. There we go. Okay. And then I always tell you guys, lay your edges down. So I'm going to go push them out. So it will lay on top of the paper where it's meeting. And so now you see with that frayed edge, it just helps it blend. Okay. And then we're going to come over here. And again, the candle's still wet, so I'm going to be careful with how I'm rolling it. Every now and again, I think every now and again I use my noggin. It's funny because now on this side though, whoop, we have a shrinkle. Oh, it's not down yet. There. All right. So this though isn't really necessarily going to line. Oh, it will. This one kind of does, but it's okay. I know, bud. I know. All right. Let's get the rest of this on. Same thing. I'm going to push these down, which I kind of did already. And then we're going to get the last of our... Love you. Are you out of here? Okay, and then let's get the rest of it down. See now. Like a weird something or another happening right there that I don't like. All right. There's like a weird, so I'm going to get some, and I'm going to push out that wrinkle. I don't know what it was trying to do, but it was trying to wrinkle right there. So pretty. Okay, let's dry, because I didn't put too much decoupage glue except for on the outside, except for right here where it was connecting the paper. So let's dry this, and then we'll get the gator and gator that off. And then, as we seen yesterday, I have a cajillion of my 320s already ready, so and I mainly want to dry this so that way as I'm holding the candle, the paper's not wet and my fingers don't stick to it, and then I don't like mess up the image and pull up the paper. Okay, I'm actually going to forego handling it too much. Let's get a new 320 on. You don't need anything low. I always use a 320, 400, even a 6 sometimes, but you really don't need to go too low. I'm actually going to do both sides at the same time so that way you don't have to keep flicking. This side though is going to be a little different because it does have the wavy top. I can already see we need some more glue right there, but that's fine. And more glue right here too. Actually, that's sticking. There we go. Hold on, flatten out. All right, now let's get that little bit on. Just hold it. Since I'm a lefty, I'm going to go back on that side. And you could always make your life super easy and cut the excess off. Like, so it's not so long and dragging. But you guys already know that's way too easy for me to do. Where is that seam at? Right there. All right, and then I do, though, especially because up here, so I want to lay all of that down. And then you also want to, you know, lay down any of those frayed edges as well. We'll do the whole candle, but I especially want to make sure that all the edges are down everywhere. And then we'll do it on the candle too. This isn't our varnish, but it's always a good habit to put a coat of your decoupage glue over your paper, right? You know, and then you still do need a varnish though. Even though this says decoupage glue and varnish, I always recommend that you still do put a proper varnish on it. Hi, Julia. How are you? Hi, Vicky. Thank you for sprinkling. How are you? All right, so that is our candle with the cream damask. That was a happy accident that we found that paper, or that I pulled that paper out. So that's our candle. The seams, if you can tell, are right here and right here. But that's going to be super pretty with our candles. And you can see now how matte this is. And I'm telling you guys, you wouldn't know that this is not a wax that doesn't, a candle that doesn't have the wax, because of that soft touch. It now makes it feel, it gives that candle feeling, as long as you don't have something on your fingers that are making it wet now. So we still need to do our water transfer on here, and then we still need to do the crown. I'm super impatient though, and I want to do something with this crown. So because we have these transfers that are going to be accents on here, and then we're going to do little bits of gold on our damask, y'all, we could do the little dots of gold on here. Oh, we can either do that with the flat back gold from Totally Dazzled, or we could do it with the pin that I absolutely love, which is the, well, I'll show you the one in the store because I know where that is. But you know this one that I love that I used on that Maryland box? Oh my goodness. Or we could do the sparkle one. I don't know. But let's get some gold for that crown because I'm super impatient and want to put the gold on there now before I leave, you guys. So I know that this is the super duper gold, and I don't know if we want to use the vintage gold, but you guys know I love that white gold. So I think I'm going to do what I did yesterday and mix the two a bit. Isn't that funny? This crown is pretty similar. It was the perfect crown. Okay, let me move some of this out of your guys' view so it's not so super duper distracting. All right. So I am going to get one of my soft fluffies, and let's just take a little bit of both. Thank you so much. So remember, these crowns are available in my store along with the pendants, and we are going to have to do, you know what I'll do, y'all? I'm going to print some of the pictures, and we'll have to put some of the pictures of Troy, and Trevor. I'm going to have to, I don't know if I have very many pictures. Trevor's not one for pictures. He's like me. So I'm going to have to either sneak some pictures of him, and we'll have to play with this mold because these are gorgeous too. All right, so I'm just going to do a little mix of both because I can't decide, but I think you can take it because this one is a little bit more muted like the vintage gold. And then if we're going to put the water transfers as accents on here, I think you can take both. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. This is literally the best part. So pretty. See, I'm happy with that because it muted down that really bright gold, but look, it's almost perfect for that. Hi, Joanne. Pretty sure I said hi to you. She's probably like, why are you saying hi to me again? Oh, my banana daiquiris. And this is still wet, so we can't put it on there, but I'm impatient. Was not here for the beginning. What mold is it from? It's the new LaBlanche mold that just came out. It's in my store, and it's literally just called Crown. So it has that little piece, that crown, that piece, and then little, the trim. It's absolutely gorgeous, though. Sue is putting in the links that'll take you right to the crown if you want to take a look at them. Hey, oh. I'm trying to dry the candle a little bit so that way we can see what the crown looks like because I'm so impatient. But when we come back tomorrow, we'll definitely be able to do the water transfers. You guys already know we still have to do some antiquing paste and stuff onto the candle. But now I'm thinking about doing all of the extras because I really want to do like the little accents. Oh, CC Restyled's gold pin would be really pretty to accent in here too. Ooh. I'm like, is one side dry enough? Okay, so what do we have right now before we get, oh, there went the little carrot and the little, hold on, I need to grab it because Onyx will be gnawing on it. Okay, well, I don't have enough stands for everything, but so this one and this one is what we put the MIDI transfers on, which was, what is it, Quiet Contemplation, I think. And then this is the, oh my stars, you guys. Oh, I'm so excited. So now all of this has soft touch. So we are going to need, please don't let me forget tomorrow to soft touch the candle before I do anything else to it. Because I want it to have this matte and that wax candle feel. But oh my goodness, this is going to be a beautiful little set. Holy guacamole. So I can't wait either, Debbie. That's why I'm so trying to hurry and dry this. So tomorrow, if you are like me, your eye is probably seeing that this candle is a little off because it's so, it's light. But tomorrow, what we will do is we're going to bring this color more in line with this color here. And that's just going to be done with the antiquing paste in Umbra. And we'll mix a little bit of probably the antique gold antiquing paste to bring that more in line with these. It's beautiful as is, but you guys probably see it too, that this just needs a little bit more antiquing and aging to be done. And then tomorrow when we come back, we're going to add our little bits of gold touches and also do our H2O transfers for the little accents. Where did my little bee go? You see, I lost my little bee. And I was trying to be so good and put him away. He's up here somewhere. I will find him. But we're going to put our little gold accents from here. And then I also think on one of these sides, it can stand having something small on it. Not a big, huge one, but, you know, one of the smaller, I don't know, are these like crests or whatever? But we can figure that out tomorrow. Like even that one, because it's elongated, would be pretty. And it has the butterfly. That would be pretty because it's elongated. So anyways, I have to find that little guy. Oh, they are different, y'all. I have to find that little guy. He's flying around here somewhere. Haha. I will find him for tomorrow, but I'm excited for tomorrow so we can put the finishing touches on here. I will pull out my 3D decor pins, and I'll also pull out the other gold pins and maybe some of the contour liners, the golds, because it has that really, really fine nib on there. So we can do some of that work because I think it would be super pretty just to put like the little vines on the leaves, just a little bit of gold, nothing gaudy or anything, but just little hints. So that way when the light is on, you could see like little twinkles. I'm excited to finish it tomorrow. Whew, what was that? So thank you. No, thank you, Mary Sharkey, for the idea. Although you wanted to see, Terry, you're doing one of my favorites. Hi, Darlene. You wanted to see the water transfers. That'll be tomorrow. Troy made me crooked. That'll be tomorrow, I promise. But thanks for the idea of doing them because, yeah, the last candle I did was the fishies, but that was just a really quick one for the event, right? So anyways, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your evening. I can't wait to come back tomorrow so we can do all the fun finishing touches. But I will see you back here tomorrow, same time, same place. Hi, Kathy Napick. Talk to you later. Bye.